Welcome back, everybody, to the season 14 kickoff of Dog Turds into Diamonds. If you saw the last episode, the transfer special, you'll know that we have had a very, very busy summer, lots going on. But one thing that you haven't seen is just a day ago, Alex Baker, our captain, left us to join Millwall. Absolutely devastated. They triggered his release fee clause, so there was nothing we could do about it apart from offer him a new contract. But he wanted 40,000 a week. You can see there he's at Millwall on 41,000 a week. So we just had no way of competing with it. They bid us out of the water, 3.6 million. I mean, it's another decent bit of cash that goes into the account. We are now a very, very financially stable club, but we have lost our best midfielder and our club captain. So we've got 7 million to spend right now. We've got over 20 million in the bank, so we're very comfortable. But the problem, again, as you would know if you were watching the last episode, is that although we've got all this money, we've really struggled to convince players of the required quality to join us. And that has been the problem with replacing Alex Baker. He is phenomenal physically, he's excellent mentally, maybe a little bit limited technically, but good in the areas that he needs to be. And I just haven't been able to find anybody close to that level. So we are going to go into today's game at home against Bristol City to kick off the new championship season without our club captain, a little bit weaker, and still needing to strengthen in certain areas of the team. So let's get straight into it and let's see if we can get off to a good start today. Let's do it. Yes, welcome back to Dog Turds into Diamonds, here with AFC Rushden Diamonds in the Championship, our third season as a Championship club. We are kicking off today against Bristol City. We then follow that up with games against newly promoted Ipswich, then Middlesbrough at home, Portsmouth away. I think it's a decent enough start for us. Yeah, I mean, we are really struggling with this situation, having lost Alex Baker. It just came out of nowhere. He was in the last year of his contract. We did want to offer him a contract. He wanted about 20,000 a week, which we couldn't give him, so we just left it. And then right before the first game of the season, Millwall just come in and activate his minimum fee release clause. So really disappointing. There's no doubt it makes us weaker in midfield. He has been a key part of our story the last few years, and he was club captain. But what are we possibly able to do about it? You can see we've got so many players in this summer now. A lot have left as well, though. A lot were out of contract at the end of last season, and we really needed to strengthen the squad. Now, in terms of ins, we are looking at a number of players to bring in right now. We've made a little bid for Ignacio, who is a centre-back, sort of quite limited. He's a no-nonsense centre-back, but he looks pretty good. 6'3", 17 jumping reach. He's strong, good natural fitness. He's not particularly slow. Great positioning and great concentration, which is excellent, as is his bravery, anticipation. He's just got everything you need to be a good centre-back. So we've bid 300,000 from Cordoba for the Gibraltar International. I'm hoping, obviously Gibraltar is pretty low level, as is Spanish second division, but I'm hoping that with 46 caps, he will be able to get that work permit that he would need. I think he just round off nicely the defensive setup that we've got in the squad for this season. So we'll see what happens with Ignacio. And there is a whole bunch of other players here. Now, Jesus Cuellar, he has got a number of loan offers. He is a brilliant youngster at Manchester City. I don't have the full picture here, but I have scouted him previously. I know he's absolutely phenomenal. Now, he is listed, but nobody's biting on those 6.6 million. I would love to buy him, but I'm never going to be able to afford his wages. So as you can see, there are if I can get to it, there are 2 loan offers on. Bournemouth of the Premier League have offered to loan him, and we have, which obviously you would imagine he's going to go to Bournemouth. So I mean, we're going to have to wait and see. I mean, I guess I can keep my fingers crossed. Yeah, we're probably not going to be able to get him. He would be the ideal Baker replacement. A number of other things or other players that we're looking at. Augusto Luongo, we've offered in on a trial. What we can see here looks decent, but I want to see him on trial. He could be very good, the 18-year-old Argentinian. And Rafael Salvador, we have offered to loan him in as well. He is from Leeds, the 19-year-old Portuguese, and he looks very, very good as a potential Mario Kakayo replacement. I love to play that number 10 role as a trequartista or as an attacking midfielder. I love that he's got the 12 long shots, the 15 passing, half decent vision, a lot of flair, good balance and agility to go with his dribbling. I hope that he will accept that as well, but we've got the same issue here that Birmingham, Reading and Stoke have all offered for him. So we have lost out on so many number 10s. Once we knew we needed that number 10, we offered a loan contract for a midfielder from Liverpool. He turned us down. Another one from a German young superstar in the making from Hoffenheim. He turned us down. And we've obviously lost out on several players in that position over the course of the summer. It's been a real problem. And the others that we've got here, we've got a number of offers in for players at the moment. Luciano Guante is from Godoy Cruz in Argentina. I don't think he would get a work permit. But from what we can see of him as a left winger and a striker option, he looks absolutely fantastic. So we'll see what happens with him. What have we bid for him? We have bid 1.1 million. So he wouldn't be cheap. He would be our second most expensive player. But we'll see what happens there. Thomas Cameron, I don't think we're going to be able to get. He is worth 8.4 million. He's gone down last season with Barnsley. We've had our eye on him since he was 16. A young wonder kid. Really, really quick, really good finishing, decent mentals, and again, another potential superstar in the making. I don't think we're going to be able to afford him. Jose or José, maybe, Salcedo, we've asked for him to come in on trial. He's a 19-year-old Colombian striker. Looks really, really good what we can see of him, but we've again got to see the whole picture before we can think about making any moves there. Camilo Alanis is very much the same. 19-year-old striker or right winger. Again, the few things that we can see look pretty good, so I want to get him in on trial and take a closer look at him. And we have made a bid. It's been accepted, a 4.6 million bid, going up to 6.25 for Dylan Dylan Stephan of Rangers. Again, I have scouted him previously, so although you can't see everything here, I do know that he is a very, very good young player. 23-year-old Scot, looks fantastic as a winger. Again, can finish as well, takes very good long shots. Would just be a really, really good option. The fact that he can play on both wings makes him a really attractive prospect. So we've bid for him. It's been accepted by Rangers. We've just got to see if he is interested in coming to us. He could be another one that turns us down because maybe we're not big enough for him. So we'll see what happens there. That's all the stuff going on. So yeah, there is still a lot of transfer business to do. But right now we have got to get on with the business of taking on Bristol City tomorrow. So yeah, let's get into that. Let's see what might happen in the future with signings, but for today, it's all about getting off to a good start in the league and taking on. So Ignacio, I guess, is not going to be doable. He wants a huge amount of money. How much does Dylan Stefan want? Yeah, he's not interested. That's what I was worried about. And Guante, he wants. So again, he's not going to be that expensive. So let's just quickly see what we can negotiate with Guante here. So I'm going to make him a squad player, and I am not going to accept playing him in a certain role. Okay, he accepts being a regular starter, so that's great. So again, I'm not seeing any problem here with getting him the work permit. He's played regularly in the Argentine First Division, so I guess that qualifies him, which is great. 3-year contract for the 27-year-old, all seems fine. I think this is going to be a fairly simple one to sort out, and we'll give him his 35% if we get promoted. Doesn't want to drop down from 7.25. So this looks like there's not going to be a lot of flexibility in his demands. Oh, there you go. So he accepts 6.5. I think that's a really, really good deal. The signing on fee is not too bad at all. I am very, very happy with that. Hopefully his work permit goes through without any hitches at all. I think, again, just from what we can see, I know I keep doing this, these box of chocolate signings, but what I can see here is that even if these things here, even if these attributes are on the bottom end of the scale, he is still going to be far better than the other wing options that I've got. Jack Evans on the right. We've got a young loanee from Chelsea as the backup left winger. Even if these attributes are on the bottom end of the scale for everything, he is still going to be much, much better than them. So I feel confident that I can go ahead with that one. So hopefully that goes through and he'll be around ready for perhaps the next league game, or if not Walsall, who we've got in the Carabao Cup. So let's go forward to the game anyway, and let's see what happens. I can see we've also got, let's have a look. All right, good. They're going to offer me a new contract as well, which is great. And we are going to get all of these players in on loan as well and learn a bit more about them, which is fantastic. So let's go forward to the game. Let's see if we can get our season off to a good start. Well, before we get into the Bristol City game, we've got to pick a new captain. With Alex Baker leaving, we don't have a captain. Igor Luiz, he's our longest serving player after Tommy Reid. So I think he was vice captain previously. I think it's only fair now, with all the time he's got at the club and the experience that he's got, that he becomes our new captain. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, or no, it's Carnal, one of our coaches. I'm not sure why Joe Carnal is involved in this decision, but he is recommending that Anthony Johnson, the Nigerian international, our previous record signing, becomes vice captain. He is a very good leader, but you know what? I really like the look of Philip Apaya, the 20-year-old Ghanaian international. He's just signed a new contract with us. His development has been superb. I think going forward, he is the man that I want. Let's just have a quick look. Let's just put everybody in order of leadership ability. Adam Weston Spence, who's just come in, is a great leader as well. Look, yeah, I think. I mean, Sean Mavididi would be a good candidate, but I think I'm going to go with Philip Apaya. I think he's one for the future. So I am going to go ahead and confirm that. Igor Luiz and Philip Apaya, our new captains group. So there you go. We are set to get into Bristol City. Let's go and let's get straight into that. So as we thought, Rafael Salvador does not want to come to us. He is signed for the season with Reading on loan. I'm still looking for that number 10. That is really disappointing. For the rest of the transfer window, I'm going to have to just really start going in depth with the search for that player, because I really don't want to start the season with just Callum Parkin as a number 10 option. I think we really need to put some effort in now. We've been turned down, I think, by at least 5 players. It's really been a struggle this summer. The level of our club has really affected us there. There you go, a new coach coming in, Leon Blackmore-Such. A very, very good coach, look. Very, very good indeed. Far too good for Oxford. Well, he is now going to be a first team coach in the Championship. So a little local deal there between Oxford and AFC Rushden and Diamonds. So I'm going to sort out my new contract with the club. And this time, yeah, I will finally see you on the other side when we take on Bristol City. There you go, that was easy. We've got 3 more years at the club, and we have a clause written in that if we get promoted to the Premier League, we automatically get 3 more years added to the contract. So potentially a 6-year deal there if everything goes well. So very, very nice. And I don't know, am I going to have something else to do before we do the Bristol City game? Most probably. I'll let you know whatever that thing is that I have to do. But otherwise, we'll get into the game. Well, finally, we are at the first game of the season, Bristol City at home. If you look at the league, I think this is going to be an easier championship than last season. I don't see those big names like Fulham and Brighton were last season. West Brom, we might expect to do well again. Norwich can only improve after a disappointing season last season. Leicester the same. Millwall just come up from the Championship. I think have been spending money again with their tycoon owner. They look really good. It's going to be an interesting one, but I think there is less competition than last season. So hopefully that bodes well for us. So let's be confident. I think Bristol City are not the team that they were last season when they had some really good loans in their side. Chukwuma, the Tottenham striker who scored a lot of goals for them, I don't think they have the same threat. In terms of our team, I think our squad is much stronger than last season. Our first 11 at the moment, maybe not so much, but this is how we're going to line up for the first game. Ika Marti, the new goalkeeper, gets his debut, as does Rodriguez at right back. Apaya and Igor Luiz will be the centre backs. Igor Luiz wanted by Millwall. Leave me alone, Millwall. What sort of release fee clause does Igor Luiz have? Let's have a look at his contract. He can go for 4.8 million, but only clubs in a higher division, which I think that should have been the case with Alex Baker. So I don't know why he was allowed to go to Millwall. But Dylan Jones will be our left back. I'm going to start in midfield like this. It's a completely new midfield with Alex Baker leaving, Preetz being suspended, Parkin now playing as a number 10. Ben Bailey is going to be the Alex Baker replacement. Can we see how those two compare? Is Baker still on my list here? He's not. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. He is very good mentally, very good physically, decent enough technically, but without being anything maybe exceptional. But he is way below Alex Baker's level. But he is going to play as that roaming playmaker in the Alex Baker role. And Adam Weston-Spence is going to start as the box-to-box midfielder. He has had a phenomenal pre-season look. 3 goals in 5 starts and 2 assists. The 18-year-old looks like he could be an absolute superstar for us. I'm really excited to see what Adam Weston-Spence can do this season. So he's going to start, another debutant. And then up front, we've got Adam Johnson on the right wing, last season's second top scorer in the Championship. Callum Parkin playing as the number 10 in the Trecatista role. Mavididi on the left. And Salah Lalafi as the striker. He has had a phenomenal pre-season as well. 10 goals in 7 starts. He's been absolutely terrific. We won every game in pre-season, including beating Augsburg and Everton at home. and this man has been scoring against a lot of them. So really excited again to see what he can do. So another debutant. So we've got 5 debutants in the first 11 today. On the bench, Brian Nolan. Completely forgot to mention this. He is now an Irish international, 2 caps for Ireland. Again, he'll have a big part to play this season, especially as we've struggled to get defensive replacements in. Gomez is the sub right back and can also play centre back. Edwards, a possible debutant on the bench along with Eugenio Moreno. Jack Evans, who's had a good pre-season as well, as the right wing option. Cameron Evans as the left wing option. And Felix Huddleston is our sub striker. Players not making the matchday squad. Sanisalo, he is going to get upset pretty soon, I imagine. Eddie Little, who is wanted on loan by Bradford City. Porter, our new right back, he does not make the squad either. All of these players will be playing against Walsall in the Carabao Cup. And Wari Sabi is also not in, the loanee who can play left back. So that is the way the team lines up. I think until we can find, and hopefully we find, that number 10 replacement, I think there is so much pressure on Salah Lafi's performances. We need him to hit the ground running and score a lot of goals. We know we can, of course, rely on Mavididi and Anthony Johnson for goals as well. So hopefully that front 3 is going to click nice and early this season. But without having Kakiao in that number 10 role, we really need those guys to deliver for us. It could be difficult to see where the goals are going to come from if those front 3 are not grabbing them. And of course, last season, the thing that cost us automatic promotion was all those drawn games where we dominated but just couldn't find a way through. And it was only because of that we ended up finishing in 3rd place rather than an automatic spot. So let's try and get the boys up for this. Go and put on a show. It's going to be very interesting to see if Salah Lafi can be that player that just sends us to a new level. If we can get off to a good start and then still before the end of the window bring in that Kakiao replacement and that left wing option to play in place of Mavididi, I think if we are looking good before we get those players, I'm going to hold off giving the shout while the highlight runs. If we can have a good start before we get those players in and then strengthen with those, I think that would bode really, really well for the season. But we need to do a job here against Bristol City. They're not a bad side. I do think they're weaker than last season, but they are not bad. And this highlight ends with Johnson getting in and setting up Salah Lafi for a debut goal. Fantastic goal. Anthony Johnson starts the season with an assist. I hope, if things are all going well, that Anthony Johnson will find some happiness again. And that is a lovely setup from him. And Salah Lafi hopefully scoring the first of many, many goals for AFC Rushden Diamonds. What a great start. And we've got the possession as another highlight starts. Dylan Jones putting it across. Mavididi gets ahead on it, but it's cleared away only as far as Apaya. Now Igor Luiz. Rodriguez into Parkin, and it's headed down by Mavididi, and Lafi puts it wide. What a great opportunity for Lafi that was. He's maybe a little bit raw with his finishing. Hopefully that can improve as the season goes on. It would be nice to be able to rely on him putting those chances away. But we haven't really created anything else here. Just 2 shots at goal for each team. It's been a very, very cagey performance. Derby beating Preston there. They've spent a lot of money. A highlight to end the first half. Birmingham beating Millwall, the team that's come down from the Premier League, as Preston equalise against Derby as well. Dylan Jones finds Mavididi. Parkin, what a ball for Lafi, and he calmly slots it away for 2 goals on his debut. What a start from him. The Moroccan looks absolutely astonishing. He looks too good for the championship. I hope that is how it is going to play out this season, and we can hopefully look forward to competing at the top of the league again. Lovely calm finish, putting that miss from earlier out of his mind, and that is a delightful first half, even if there weren't many chances. I'm going to be really happy with them. Try and have them motivated going into the second half. And so far, so good. A good first game of the season. Bailey's starting to get a bit tired in midfield, as is Parkin. And we are looking like we're taking a bit more control of the game as Rodriguez swings in a free kick. Appiah hits the bar and it's cleared away. A good chance there. And it is all AFC Rushden and Diamonds now. I think we've beaten Bristol City into submission, but they might get a break here. No, it's picked up by Jones and it's back in again as Mavididi will look to get a cross in. He swings it right over to the other wing with Rodriguez, and the Mexican having a really good debut. Linking up with Bailey, and Brady, is he going to be, he is sent off. We are now 2-0 up with a man advantage. What a debut. As we get another free kick, Jones swings it in. Weston Spence, the young 18-year-old, gets across to Jones, and what a finish from Dylan Jones. A rare goal, and the man who is celebrating his new contract has scored an absolute cracker on opening day. What a comfortable performance this has ended up being. What a hit from Dylan Jones. It's going to be tough to beat that for goal of the season, I would think, and it's the opening day. Let's make some changes here. Let's have a look. So Weston Spence pretty tired, Bailey pretty tired. I'm going to bring off Weston Spence, and I'm going to give Ronnie Edwards his debut, and I'm just going to make him a defensive-minded central midfielder, just kind of shore things up there. Who else do we want to give a little crack at the game here? I think we'll have. Let's have a look. Let's have Callum Parkin off and Jack Evans on as a shadow striker, as he's played before. He doesn't have the finishing for it, but he does have the other striker's attributes. So I'm going to leave it at that for the minute. Hold one change back, and let's see if we can maybe add a few more goals just to make it even more emphatic here, as Norwich beating Middlesbrough 3-0. And Middlesbrough, they have really good players, but it just doesn't seem to click for them each season. And it's actually been an even game if you look at the stats. The last 10 minutes, let's have a look. Who do we want to change here? Ben Bailey is now very tired. So I think, let's have a look. Is there anything I can change around here? Now I think what we'll do is we'll bring Moreno in, and we're going to make him a defensive-minded, deep-lying playmaker. Moreno's still at the club. I did try and move him on in the summer with all the midfielders that we bought, but then with Alex Baker leaving, it's actually pretty good that he's still here. So nice for him to get a game. And it looks like this game is just going to run out to a pretty timid end now, unless there's another highlight coming up right now. But a really good performance, no doubt about it. Sunderland, who came down from the Premier League, beating Blackburn away from home. They look like they're going to be strong again this season, Sunderland. And a very poor through ball there. I think that was Moreno, wasn't it? Ball comes out. We can't get hold of it. Let's see if we can get hold of it now. Igor Luiz doing really well playing as a centre-back in his new role. And Anthony Johnson will get a cross in. He does. And Salah Lalafi has a debut hat-trick. Two of them set up by Anthony Johnson. What a performance. And hopefully that is a sign of things to come this season. Salah Lalafi, absolutely clinical, getting away from his marker. And he's there just to sneak in front of the goalkeeper as well. Brilliant performance. What a great win. Not too many better ways of starting the season than with a 4-0 home demolition. What a great performance. Really pleased with that. Glad I left Lalafi on to get his hat-trick there. Let's tell him, you're dominant. What a dominant performance. I'm delighted. And let's big up Anthony Johnson as well. Let's try and save the situation with him. Delighted with your performance. I'm hoping that if we're going well at the top of the league, he'll just decide, you know what, things are good. I'm not going to worry about where I'm playing. I'm going to get on with it. We'll see what happens with Anthony Johnson. But there you go. That'll be all from me. I don't know when we'll be back. We'll give it a few games and we'll see how the season is panning out. And when we see a good opportunity, I will be uploading another episode of Dog Turds into Diamonds very soon. If you've enjoyed the episode, drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, help us grow. Basically, you know, I've been doing a year of Football Manager saves on YouTube. Some episodes have done pretty well. Other episodes not so much. Yeah, we don't have a lot of viewers, but basically I've got to decide if first of all, if I get FM 23, I'm really considering skipping 23 because it looks like it's just going to be the same game with some new clothes on. So I would only get 23 if I'm going to carry on doing YouTube saves next season. And at the moment, with the viewing figures the way they've been all year, I don't know if I'm going to do that. So if you do like it and you would like to see more and you would like to see a save next season, do drop a like on it and comment, and that will really help us out in terms of just getting the algorithm to share us around a little more. Yeah, I will hopefully see you again for the next episode. So that'll be all from me for today. Take care and bye for now.